Hello and welcome to this channel. I am Dr. Anshu coming back with the today's 7th April Hindu editorial analysis. Here we are going to cover with the today's day, the thought of the day, and the front page covering about the Pampan Bridge and related to the facts about the bridges, railway, and next is the about the 12% judges in High Court declared the asset, the important one. So Sri Lanka releases 11 Indian fishermen after PM Modi's. What are the bilateral ties and what the are the after the visiting to Sri Lanka? So what are the ties there? We'll discuss about it. Fifth is the editorial on the World Health Day, 7th April. Hindu editorial has covered at least 5 articles related to it. So we'll cover every aspect. First is this. Second is about this bridging the gap. Third is about sanitation, pillars, and paradigm in a mental health policy, how it is linked to mental health also. And also this chart is about 3 billion people who cannot afford a healthy diet. 19 is about the student protesting over Kancha Gachibowli. And last but not least is about the cardiovascular event risk in diabetes patients. And following out Jammu and Kashmir panel meet stakeholder and quota issue. So let's start with the front page. About the thought of the day, it is basically related to the World Health Day. That it is a health that is a real wealth, not the pieces of gold and silver. And also the sustainable development goal. That is first is zero hunger. Also it covers the health aspects. So today is the day, 7th April, the World Health Day. For being the good health, eat lightly, breathe deeply, live moderately, cultivate cheerfulness, and maintain an interest in life. So just in today's it is very difficult to live in this environment where there's a lot of environment pollutions, lot of the junk foods available very easily, and this all lead to the degradation of health. So we'll cover this in an article also, so I'm not giving up so much discussion here. So this is starting the thought of day, and today's day, let's start with the front page covering about the new Pampan Bridge in engineering wonder PM. So it's a Pampan Bridge that was inaugurated. It was last. So it is constructed by the Rail Vikas Nigam Limited. The cost of 531 crore, and it is 2.07 bridges over Park Strait and 72.5 meter vertical lift span that can be raised to height 75. So it was almost it covered 100 years of these bridges, and in 19. It was made by the England, and finally it was renovated, and again it is inaugurated by our PM. 2025 this bridge is completed. So let's see how it is. The architecture was very good at the British time. The material that is they are using. So it is Mr. Modi flagged off new train services between Rameshwaram and Tamaram, Chennai, and laid the foundation stones for 4-lane work here. And this is the it is National Highway number 14, Valaspet near Chennai in Tamil Nadu to Andhra Pradesh boundary, and dedicated 3 border lane highway project in Tamil Nadu. So project describes the new bridges, first vertical line shift, and engineering wonder also. So also it is related to second page also covering regarding this. It's about the Modi launches the Indian aided railway project on last day of Sri Lanka trip. So Northern Central Railway assisted railway project before wrapping the 3-day trip to island nation. And just also Sri Lanka is in news regarding to the Kachativu Island, and again it's a visiting of Narendra Modi. So just have one location of geographical map where is Sri Lanka and how it is surrounded. So it's a visit of 2 leaders in inaugurated 120 km Moha Rathi railway line rebadged with the Indian assistance. It can, and also strongly it is that at Jaya Shri Mahabodhi temple, Prime Minister blessings from the head monk at shrine, offered prayers sacred at the Mahabodhi. The Shankya say visit further solidifies the bond. So it is visit to reinforce the island nation. Important role India's first policy of Mahasagar vision. President Anurag Kumar Dishanki office there. And also again one it is related to that teething problems in new Pampan will lift the span. New official leave the scrambling. So inaugurated new Pamban railway bridges inaugurated by Narendra Modi on caused a concern among the senior railway officials, where it is got struck midway while being lowered. So the senior railway official dismissed this issue and minor teething problem was usually resolved. So next is about that only 12% of judges in High Court have declared assets data. So here it's a public disclosure of 6 high courts have declared their assets on the court website. Like here is a number of judges who declared their assets on April 5. Chhattisgarh is 1. Current strength of judges there is 16. Himachal Pradesh 11. Current judges strength is 12. Madras it is 5. Current judges strength is 65. Punjab Haryana it is 30 and 53. Delhi it is 7 and current strength of judges is 30. So these are the here. So there almost there is a 769 judges serving 25 high courts only, and there is only 12.35% have chosen to disclose their assets and liabilities. So the alleged discovery of partially burnt currency notes at a residence of high court judges, and Yashwant Verma has intensified the discussion about transparency within the judiciary. So in response, there is a 33 serving Supreme Court judges agreed in full court terming April to make their assets declaration, and 6 high courts where judges declared their assets. Kerala High Court led to 41 of its 44 judges have completed a disclosure. So basically this assets about the Himachal Pradesh High Court closely with 11 out of 12 judges 91.66 and High Court judges lagged just 5. So basically it's declared SR data. It's a public disclosure here. Next is that Sri Lanka releases 11 Indian fishermen after Modi. One more conversation here is about release of 11 Indian fishermen after PM Modi pitch for human approach. So here the Narendra Modi for resolving the pitch of the vexed fisherman issue with a human approach. So fisherman issue figured prominently in the talks between the Sri Lanka president also with and there is a proceed that human approaches should be proceed there. So fisherman issue figured prominently in the talks between PM Modi, and there's a resolve the issues there. Already we covered about the trawling news now, that equipment and where they seized the 11 mini fishermen there by by Sri Lanka Navy. So next is it's about it's a very beautiful depicted editorial about the health by a Dr. Pratap C. Reddy, is the chairman of Apollo Hospital. So let's have a discussion regarding this. So this stanza, how it is covering him by that, what are the symptoms, what are the the data is here, and also about the how it is how it is how it is can be resolved, how the technology has transformed the prevention and positive preventive mindsets. So these are all about in this editorial. So here let me just look at the article. So on World Health Day, India's economic glories is $5 trillion economy and silent epidemic of non-communicable disease. Non-communicable disease that was not communicable, and it is only related to yourself, like it's a cancer, many diseases. So here diabetes, cancer, chronic lung diseases, heart diseases, and all it is due to so writer here is telling about that these communicable diseases such as infection that come under control but overtaken by NCDs. NCDs like chronic condition, these diseases, and it is estimated that 5 million to 6 million Indians each year. And what is particularly alarming is NCDs are striking Indians at younger age. India's working age population is increasingly, and economic impact of NCD is triggering due to the resulting loss of productivity. So study estimated that NCD may have GDP and World Economic Forum Harvard School of Public Health. So NCDs also inflict a loss of around 3.5 trillion and $4.4 trillion on the Indian economy. So what is the good news here? That good news is that NCDs are largely preventable. Like these are due to the lifestyle also, unhealthy genetic predisposition, pollution, alcohol use, tobacco. This all that are that happens due to their person's own lifestyle, their own, and it can be cured by the lifestyles also. If it is occurred due to lifestyle, it can be resolved by lifestyle, by maintaining a good healthy lifestyle. So the 80% of premature heart disease, stroke and diabetes can cause the prevented by addressing lifestyle. So basically the 20 to 23% of adults are overweight, and there is an urgent need to tackle the obesity. Physical activity once a daily routine with at least a 30 minute of moderate exercises, like a form of it can be formed in a yogi, like stretching, yogging. It's maybe in the cardio form, weight training also, sports. Healthy diet rich with vegetables, proteins, low in sugar, fat, and unhealthy fat is must. In life, the two things should be cut off. Like my gym trainer also said that that sugar and salt and maida, like these are like injurious to health. If you try to just maintain at least a very just doses, keep it the low doses, how much you can, just cut off the sugar from your life, and that's why the fast concept has came. So air pollution is a health emergency directly impacting the rates of chronic obstructive pulmonary diseases, and we must view pollution control as a part of preventive medicine. So finally, the most important measure is regular health screening, detection of these conditions all the through, and also the age of 40 year earlier. There is a family history can be literally be a lifesaver. So early detection means the timely interventions, controlling blood pressures before it stroke, removing a precancerous polyp before it turns into colon. So pre-screening is very important. Not ignoring the things that happen in the body by and pre-checking it can cure a lot of the disease, like HPV screening such as a mammogram for breast cancer or HPV test for cervical. So rightly studying about the tests or the test before any conditions that is happening in your body. So how technology transform the prevention, like digital health technology from smartphone apps, wearable big data analytics is a game changer. India has over 750 million smartphone users, which means we have ability to deliver health advices, reminder and risk assessment palm everyone hand, and integration of such real-time data into preventive care plan is exciting new frontier. So the individual risk for various NCDs with remarkable accuracy, and the AI tools can analyze the individual profile, generate a health risk score, and forecast is like livelihood. So fostering a preventive mindset is like it is not just a set of services but a mindset, like a future of contributed individual, community, corporate, and government. Like think health first, and every action policy, individuals should be become a champion of their own health. So it's a urge for every reader to schedule that checkup, postponing and make the small daily changes, taking the stairs, cutting down sugar, protect your well-being. So these are the steps to you can add in your life to make it add as a healthy lifestyle also. And also the healthcare provider must pivot from a reactive cure model to preventive care model. The government role extremely important. Initiatives such as National Program for Preventive and Control for NCDs, and establishment of health and wellness center. Beyond this, the public policy should also be health oriented. Urban planning should create a green spaces for exercise, education, curriculum, industries. So in the first year, I was driven that preventive care accessible, impactful, and disease was caught for early risk factor. So concluding to this article, 1.4 billion Indian can help to define nations, health and happiness. We reach our economic goals too. So a healthy life, healthy body is very important for anything else, any work. If you succeed in your health, so that mind can also do better. So next is about how health and sanitation are bridging gaps and building resilience. So writer is on the April 7 serves to the accessible and fair healthcare. So theme for 2025 is it's a healthy beginning, hopeful future. Healthy beginning, hopeful future. That emphasizes the critical role of maternal and newborn health, particularly pertinent issues of India. So, which has population of exceeding 1.4 billion. India has new notable progress, like also the schemes like Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, which offer a financial protection to 500 million beneficiaries. Health and wellness centers, integrated diagnosis. Although 70% of population resides in rural areas, 35 to 40% healthcare infrastructure. So, India need to invest like more in tier 2 and tier 3 cities, encourage medical professionals, digital innovation, enhanced infrastructure. So how the addressing the disease burden, like India faces the dual burden of persistent infectious disease and rising non-communicable disease. Already we have discussed here how non-communicable disease is related, which account for over 65% of death, like sedentary lifestyle, poor diet, tobacco uses are driving conditions such as diabetes, heart disease, cancer. So 24 International Diabetes Federation report here, according to the Lancet, it's 35% of children under 5 are stunted. 57% of women are anemic. And it is an indicator reflecting broader socio-economic challenges: poverty, lack of education, poor sanitation, gender inequality. Government efforts like Poshan Abhiyan, integrated child development services, data tracking, community engagement, multi-sectoral coordinations. So we are in progress of public health funding in 25-26. So Indian budget covering about 99 lakh 858.56 crore, which is 1.97% of total budget. So moreover, it's a out pocket of spending communities. India shift into poverty each year. So how it is harnessing the digital has like Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission, E-Sanjeevani has collectively facilitated over 10 crore. And advantages of digital healthcare are not heavily spread. Like 37% of rural households have internet connectivity. Worker lacks the digital skills. Telehealth services also. Cyber security lack the strong data privacy. So what is the building resilience here? Like sustainable. So India's health objective in line with it covers Sustainable Development Goal 3, which emphasizes good health and well-being. Which emphasizes developed nation focus on public health, infrastructure, universal insurance, early childhood intervention, digital infrastructure, public health sector. So India G20 presidency 23 performed a demonstrate a leadership in vaccine equity, regulation and global health. And the Telemans helpline climate nation action plans, health are worthy initiative. So 2023 Niemann's its study revealed 40% of Indians suffer from the mental disorder, underscoring the need for increased investment in awareness and also the cohesive, exclusive, rooted in innovations. So the coordinated effort, government, civil society, private sector, India can fulfill the vision of health for all. So next is related to the health, mental health policy. How it is affecting the mental health policy also. Two articles, paradigm shift mental and the health and sanitation. So here we will cover this. 24 Supreme Court of India has tasked force to prevent the there is a lot of suicides increasing in the campuses, like even in IITs. Everybody want to IIT, and even after getting to IIT, the suicides happens there. So how this is like, and also there is programs like zero tolerance discrimination, robust system to student. So how it is a mental health discrimination and biased institutional policies, like even though the counseling centers are active at IITs, goals ranging from creating a suicide free campus, creating a stigma free empathetic environment. Even the minds for our resident psychologists refrain from calling attention to biased institutional policies. So almost the country's centers at 23 IITs employ the phrase. It's a phrase queer affirmative, use trans inclusive personal gender. Language is not just a collection of words, it is a action, like gender identities, sexualities, inclusive practices are areas of human experience and action in which language knowledge any power intervene where the language is employed. So the gender sex unity exclusive language is to non-compliance with the existing legal framework and Supreme Court ruling. For example, officials form a gender default has two opposition, male and female, violates equal and representation of gender non-binary people granted by Supreme Court in 2014. So NALSA, it's a NALSA judgment in 2014 and 23 Supreme Court launched the handbook on combating gender stereotype, recognizing the need of unbiased languages, affirming pedism, and also the fragile attention policies, implementing the IDOS integrally. So to measure crisis in public health ethics is that psychologists align the contour therapeutic institutional violates existing constitutional statutory shape to have mobilized all possible resources at a multiple level, and care becomes central value. This article covering about how health and sanitation as a pillar of a healthy India. So like on 7th April World Health Day, there is a human foundation of human well-being, and India stands tall within transformation. So the rural missions that has made differences is the story of modern India. Just wait 1 minute. Stay hydrated. Temperature is increasing day by day, and it's very important to stay hydrated. So the story of modern India cannot be told without acknowledging the contribution of Swachh Bharat Mission and Gramin and Jal Jeevan Mission. These programs are not just about toilets and tap water alone. They represent a shifting soul of nation. Like mission symbolizes dignity, equality. Above all, like when Prime Minister launched SBM from ramparts of Red Fort in 2014, Ignited Movement has touched every aspect. Like Jan Andolan, that was anchored in behavioral changes, generation equality, and Declaration Free ODF, taken a significant steps for achieving the Sustainable Development Goal 6.2, that focuses on achieving access to adequate and equitable sanitation and hygiene. So how health is related to the sanitation? If it is like if sanitation is not good, there is a already bad sanitations and not areas. So it is how the government schemes try to connect with rural areas of for better water facilities. Also launch a scheme like Jal Jeevan Mission to ensure every household receive a clean drinking water through tap water connection. And also there was a uh, improved sanitations for communities. Thousands of villages have already been declared with a Swachh Sujal, which is an important marker for holistic public health transformation. So what is on ground? Like on ground, sanitation and water are first line of defense in public health. They are invisible shield that protect the communities from disease, women from indignity, children from lost opportunities. So a healthy nation is a productive nation, and a clean nation is a resilient one. So 80% of India's rural household have a tap water connection. Over 96% villages have declared ODF plus. What is ODF here? It's a open defecation free. And plus management 5.0. If solid waste management is data is 5.07. 5.23 lakh villages liquid waste management. So should be a waste management system, proper liquid management system, so that there is no any open defections that causes a lot of diseases in person, and just lost that keep you away from all the opportunities that anyone can grasp due to their poor health, that missed opportunities. So over 2.48 million women have trained to test water quality. Women led a self-help group are managing sanitation, recycling centers, sanitary napkin production. The Viksit Bharat, where there is no child misses a school because of lack of water. No woman walk miles with a pot of a head. No family loses a loved one to prevent an illness. So water brings opportunity. Waste management protect the environment, and each link in the sanitations chains connect directly to healthier society. So it is about convergence. So health is not a concern of one ministry. It is outcome of converged actions that across water, sanitation, nutrition, education, rural development. So we must recognize India model is not an insular. It is a global. For instance, technology community led models, LED models Govardhan. Govardhan is galvanizing organic agro it's bio-agro resource dhan. Govardhan biogas plant, plastic waste management units are blueprints for the world. Especially and lastly, continue to work through the mutual understanding. In every rupee invested in water, sanitation, hygiene, its wash yield a manifold return in health, productivity, gender equity, environmental sustainability. So it is India committed toward progressing forward United Nations development and World Health Day to need to acknowledge and remember to clean water, safe sanitation should be resolved, and let's creating a journey. Let's move forward to remain committed for sharing this journey, collaborating globally, co-creating a cleaner, healthier, more resilient world. Next is about one more article is related to the 3 billion people cannot afford a healthy diet. So how much countries spend their foods, like their data about it's average person in France consumes 6% of their income, and Denmark it was just 5%. So chart here shows diet would be mean eating only maize. So how India is completing their diet, like basically they include the diet which is carbohydrate, not a protein. So there should be a balanced diet chart, and the person whose income is basically minimum, then they don't spend lot of in the balanced diet food. So the writer is telling just that a healthy nutritious diet is much more expensive than a calorie sufficient one. So at least 3 billion people cannot afford a healthy diet. Like either map 1 shows 40% of global population, these are very worse of nutrition. And also eating their only cereals, starchy food will leave you deficient in protein essential. So many cereal, fruit, vegetables, legumes, meat, dairies considered best long-term health. So researchers also looked at cultural differences by what people eat and dietary evidences. When we put the prices of context of affordability, we find almost 3 billion people cannot afford a healthy diet, and also useful way to bring the context. So all that these are depicted to the charts here, the map, that people cannot afford a healthy diet. Useful way to bring the food prices in the context, like in poorest country the cost of healthy diet is higher than a median income. Even if the average person of income got to spend all their money on food, healthy diet would be unaffordable. So in rich country, already shown the data is here. So we should have a very little spend on other essentials such as energy, housing, clothing, education, but we can spend on food also. A proper healthy diet is very important for anything that we want. If your body is not healthy, then our mind can't be healthy. We can't work productively. Already like India is suffering from lots of hunger, hidden hunger, micronutrient deficiency, and lot of calcium, vitamin A, iodine. So moving to the next article is about why the students are protesting over Kanchal Gachibowli. We already discussed about Kanchibowli, where the 4 acres of land are 400 acres of land are used for the IT making of the National Hub and IT parks, and their animals are. So the student University of Hyderabad at it's a Gachibowli have protesting ever since the news of auction of 400 acre land, also known as Kanchal Gachibowli, within the campus premises. So there are the environmentalist concerned students are protesting for not using that land for the 6-point formula, like the establishment in 1974 is a part of 6-point formula proposed by the Congress government to assess the regional settlement stock base. So Telangana movement of 1916, however, the land allocation was not formalized, and large tract of land unused by university were taken up by the government for various purposes, including establishment of Indian Institute of Information Technology, Data Institute Fundamental Research, Sports Authority of Andhra Pradesh, and named by few. So by 2010, more than 800 acre of land was taken away in such 22 instances. So the document says that like 400 acre of land was, which is now under a conflict of part of divorce in 2004, Telugu Desam Party. MU was assigned University for Hyderabad to transfer 534 acre in the lieu of 396 acres allocated to other location. So the environmental saying like it is a land of many rich varieties of native flora and fauna, and several migratory birds also visit this area. And suddenly there is a mentioned that there is a 223 bird species there. 223 bird species, which is higher than the avian number. And KBR National Park and Murugumi National Park. The unique spider, it's a Hydra badeniensis, a unique spider, which is endemic to the Kanchal Gachibowli forest, and list also they list that 27 bird species, 3 reptiles there. And under the Schedule 1 of Wildlife Protection Act 1972, indicating vulnerability, need for highest protection. Besides 72 species are tree diversity. So it is important from environment point of view. So elections here inherited a state of depth of nearly 4 lakh crore, which is set to 5 lakh crore by end of fiscal year 25, and ready recent admission that has no fund for capital expenditure reflects that the true state for coffers. So last is about the semaglutide reduces the cardiovascular event risk in diabetes patient only. So it is an anti-diabetes drug also. Semaglutide is anti-diabetes used for a treatment of type 2 diabetes mellitus, for anti-obesity medication used in a weight management and cure the risk heart attacks. Next is following the public outcry, JK parents stakeholder on quota issue. The 3-member cabinet subcommittee and Jammu Kashmir government the Sunday met for mainly students issues of revised reservation policies and evidence submitted to the High Court. So these are all for today. Let's have a summary in ending this session. Starting the day with a thought of day. For front page is covering about the new Pumpan Bridge, important from the exam point of view. Just have a location and geographical idea location. Next page is also related to this. we covered about Pump and Bridge. 12% judges case High Court and declared the assets, and also cover about the human approach. 5th is about the editorial, where we covered about the health aspects of the preventive medicine healthy India. 6th is related to the bridging gap and building resilience. 7th is cover we about the health and sanitation pillars and paradigm shift in mental health policy. 8th is about the charts where 3 billion people cannot afford a healthy diet. 9th is related to the protesting of over Kancha Gachibowli, and 10th is related to the semaglutide reduces cardiovascular diabetes patients and quota issue. So thank you for today. And if you are continuing till the last, just give me a feedback and suggestion how you like the lectures, what changes you want to add. It just means lot to me. And tomorrow we'll meet with a new editorial. Till now, thank you. Stay healthy, stay hydrated, and stay focused. Thank you.